2 meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Friday morning. It is shortly after 7 o'clock. It is a smoky morning out there. Wildfires have been ongoing in the Western U.S., and the smoke, we've seen it for several weeks now, but today is kind of the worst day because it's actually settling much closer to the surface. Recently, it's been more upper levels, makes for pretty sky, but this is closer to the surface, and this is low enough you might be able to smell it out there. If anything, it may lead to difficult breathing issues if you struggle to breathe or have some kind of things like that anyway. So that's something to keep in mind, that if you do have difficulty breathing at times, that you may want to stay inside because that smoke is a little bit thick. We have some ongoing showers and storms in extreme northern and extreme eastern Nebraska this morning. Most of the activity is farther north in South Dakota. Now, the other thing is we have a frontal boundary. It was a cold front yesterday, although it didn't really cool it down at all. It stalled out right here. It's going to be lifting back to the north as a warm front later on today. So as we play this out here, and then I'll draw the front later this afternoon, that front should be about right in here. We may see some isolated storms south of the boundary, but the better chance is going to be north of the boundary there for later this afternoon, and more so into the evening and overnight hours tonight. That front will reverse course and become a cold front again and push south tonight. North of that boundary, better chances of rain and thunderstorms, not as much of a chance farther south, but we could be talking some strong to severe thunderstorms during the evening and overnight hours tonight. Breezy north winds tomorrow, still a small chance of rain and thunderstorms in the morning, less of a chance in the afternoon as sunshine returns. It's going to become sunnier as the day goes on. That north wind is going to draw in cooler air and eventually drier air as well. It's still going to be a little on the humid side tomorrow, but not nearly as hot. And I'll go back real quick here. I want to mention that frontal boundary real quick. That frontal boundary, I'll draw it in one more time here. This is later today at 5 o'clock or close to 5. It's going to be cooler to the north, extra clouds around there. Farther south, it's going to be hot again, but either side of that boundary is going to be on the humid side. All right, back to tonight. And again, there's those storms, so you get one more look at those storms real quick here. And then taking you into tomorrow, storm chances lessening as the day goes on, sunshine increasing as the day goes on. And we'll see mostly clear skies in the night, although there's a small chance, and I do want to emphasize small chance of rain Saturday night into Sunday. The good news is Sunday it will not only remain slightly on the cooler side of things, but it's also going to be much drier, so that humidity level is going to drop off for the second half of the weekend. So we talked about thunderstorms for later today and tonight. The Storm Prediction Center does have a slight risk of severe weather for areas near and north of the Tri-Cities, north and northeast of the Tri-Cities, with a smaller low-end marginal risk in the green shade there, including the Tri-Cities. So right now, the best chance does look like it will be in that yellow shaded area there. Your biggest threat, I think, will be damaging wind gusts for later today and tonight. 60 mile per hour plus wind gusts will be a possibility. Can't rule out some isolated large hail. Can't rule out an isolated tornado. Not a very good chance, but there is a chance. But I think the biggest threat, again, late today and tonight, will be damaging wind gusts over 60 miles per hour. Then there's the heat. One more day, we're going to have to deal with heat advisories for areas near and south and east of the Grand Island area. That goes from noon today through 9 o'clock this evening, where heat index values could reach 100 to 105 in some cases. Here's your future heat index product for today, and you'll notice how they will be climbing into the 90s and even some lower 100s in the south. This new model just came out, and it's not quite as aggressive as some of the other models have been here, so we may be on the lower end of that heat advisory criteria, but nonetheless, it's still going to be very unpleasant, not so bad farther north. Actual air temperatures today, so not including the humidity, it could get close to 100 today in the southwest. Tri-Cities, low to mid 90s, and then cooler 80s and even some 70s up towards the north. The biggest wild card today in this whole forecast, though, that smoke. If that smoky haze ends up staying much thicker out there, that will likely hold temperatures down below what I'm expecting. So keep that in mind, that it may end up being cooler than expected, but it's still going to be very, very muggy out there. Lows tonight, 60s and lower 70s, perhaps even a few 50s to the northwest. And then tomorrow, cooler for everybody. Low to mid 80s for high temperatures. Still a little on the humid side, but at least much cooler out there. Tomorrow night, a very pleasant night tomorrow night into Sunday morning. Mid 50s to mid 60s. Refreshing air with that drier air. Not as much humidity out there in your Sunday. We will be looking at temperatures mostly in the low and mid 80s again, perhaps a few upper 80s out west, but the humidity is going to be much lower on Sunday, so it should make for a pretty nice August 1st. Looking at the long range, you can see how we keep it cooler. We're going to go cooler, and we're going to keep it on the cooler side of things as we head through most of next week. Mostly low to mid 80s for highs, and the lows in the lower 60s, an indication that those dew points are going to stay on the lower side. Dry conditions for most of Saturday, and then again for Sunday and Monday. And then thunderstorms, slight chances will return Tuesday through Thursday morning, often on chances there before we dry out for most of Thursday. Long range, there are indications that we will start to warm things back up by the end of next week and into next weekend, the first full weekend of August. Well, with that, I'm going to let you all go. I want to thank you for watching on this Friday morning. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the cool down that's coming. It's almost here. Take care. God bless. Bye.